Sub YouTube, turn us up, turn us all the way up. We back, another episode of Off the Bench.
Yes, sir.
We coming to you every Tuesday night with our hot takes on all sports. But before we get started, please show us a little bit of love. Click that like and that sub button, and get all our content as soon as it drops. But I'm your host, String Cheese. My platform is Process Formula. My co-host right here, B Mike.
Yes, sir.
B Mike in the building.
Yes, sir.
Well, online. We show hands today, but JR, he blesses with the humble 6 for this week, his top 6 teams in the NFL. But today, we're going to revisit them Bears, Bengals, as I mentioned, the humble 6, Utah versus Boston, got smoked. I love that segment right there. We got to let you know who got smoked. We're also going to revisit that Kansas City Buffalo Bills game, and we also want to give you our picks for Thursday night, Denver versus the Raiders. Mm-hmm. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with the game of the year, man. Bengals, Bears. The Bears defeated the Bengals 47-42 in a thriller. Caleb Williams was 20 of 34, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Joe Flacco, 31 of 47, 470 yards, 4 TDs, 2 interceptions. Kyle stepped up and was starting for the Bears with 26 carries, had a monster game, 176 yards. While Cincinnati, on the other hand, Chase Brown, had a lot to talk about after the game, calling out his teammates, but he ain't produced much with 11 carries for 37 yards. Loveland would have led the Bears in receiving with 118 yards on 6 receptions. T. Higgins, he did his thing, 7 catches, 121 yards, 2 TDs. Let's get into the total yards for both teams real quick. The Bears, 576. Of that 576, 293 in the air. And 283 on the ground. I thought that was a typo. Yeah, they was well balanced. Bengals, 495. Of that 495, 449 in the air, 46 on the ground. And, B. Mike, before I turn it over to you real quick, that was a great game for the NFL. Very entertaining, very high scoring, kept the fans on the edge of their seat. But as a Packer fan, I'm not going to hate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hate on the Bears. Right. I'm not going to hate. Joe Flacco, like 100 years old, had a career day against that defense over there. But, I'm not going to get too much into it because it's the Bears. But I want to welcome back all the Bears fans, because I did a reaction video, Bears versus Saints, right? Mm-hmm. On my platform, Process Formula.
Right.
Most viewed reaction video I had. Bears won. Uh-huh. And the Bears fans let me have it in my comments. They let me have it.
What'd they say?
Man, they said everything. Called me all kinds of names, bro. Like, that was crazy. But the following week, I kept the same energy. Mm-hmm. I did Bears versus Ravens minus Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. The Bears lost. You know how many of them fans came back to see my reaction? 0. My least viewed video. Mm-hmm. So when they win, they on their high horse, most viewed as a Packer fan watching the Bears. They can't wait to tell me about myself. Right. But when they lose, they gone. So you got some scared fans over there. Us Green Bay Packer fans, win, lose, or draw, you're going to hear us. You know what I'm saying? Right. You want to hear our mouth. Them Bears fans, they just want to hear good things about their team because they can't take no more bad news. They got PTSD over there, the entire Chicago. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Bad for years.
Yo, most viewed joint I've ever had. Bears fans from all over Chicago tuned in. Because that's where all their fans at. They ain't got no fan base outside Chicago, bro. Let's put that. But that fan base over there, man, for you guys that don't know about the Bears fan base, bro, they like Dallas. It's similar. They like delusional and annoying, bro. I'm trying to tell you. So, with that being said, they had a nice game, so I'm pretty sure they're going to tune in because they want to hear me something good. They want to hear me say something good about the Bears win. Nah, I'm going to pass. B. Mike, it's on you.
All right, man. Look, off the bench, man. One thing about the Bears that I really locked in with, just the Ben Johnson effect is a real thing, man. Ben Johnson coming from Detroit Lions, man, made that offense a top 5 offense for years, and he's emulating the same exact thing over in Chicago. DJ Moore, that's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Kyle Monangai, That's Jahmyr Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? Like they're having. Yeah, you can get cheese, man. I gotta give them their props, man, for what I'm seeing, man. Their offense was ranked 29 or 30 last year. Right now, they're top 10. That has to be because of Ben Johnson. That's not because of anything else. Ben Johnson is creating a culture for the Bears, and I'm not saying the Bears right now are going to contend for a Super Bowl, but they're a confident team. Their schedule gets tough. You got to see the Packers twice. You got to see the Lions once, so nothing's guaranteed. But this team is a confident team right now. Caleb Johnson not turning the ball over. The same thing we saw in college. He did not turn the ball over. He's doing the same thing right now. DJ Moore.
Really?
Yeah, DJ Moore. The thing about DJ Moore is DJ Moore, even when he was with Carolina, to me, he's one of the top receivers in this league when it comes to the screen game and yards after the catch. And he's proven that when they had Justin Fields, and he's proven that now with Caleb Williams. DJ Moore is a legit weapon. And now you add Ben Johnson, they can use him the same way he uses Amon-Ra St. Brown when he was with the Lions. Man, the Bears, man, they're playing some good ball. They're 5-3, a half game back from the crown. So in the NFC North. So I can't complain right now. It was a good game.
Man, I ain't gonna keep talking about no Bears. Be off that.
Hey, man, you sound like a hater right now, man. Come on, man.
I ain't no hater, bro. They turned into the Dallas Cowboys.
What you mean by that, though?
They putting up some numbers, but on trash teams. Like, what they gonna do? Joe Flacco is like 100 years old, career day against the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, they played a legit Detroit team, gave them a 50-piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like them, regular season team. That's it. They're not making the postseason. They got too many things coming up. They're not even getting out of their own division. You still got to play Minnesota once. You missed them. You got Green Bay twice. That's 3 L's. And then Detroit again. That's 4 L's.
You say that's
that's 4 L's. But it's time to get into, my humble 6. I don't mean to cut that one short, but the Bears ain't getting too much love on this show. So JR bless us with his humble 6 in his absence. Again, we appreciate that. So let's jump into it. I got the picks. They are in. And, bro, this dude want me to crash out, bro. I've been keeping my composure. I've been good on the show. This dude is really trying to get me to crash out.
What'd he say?
Bro, he got the Bears at number 6, bro. And then he got Pittsburgh at number 5. Yeah. 2 teams that Green Bay is just, oh, my God.
And Green Bay's not up there again?
I don't blame us for not being up there.
I mean, I feel you, but you made a point about you beating those teams, though.
Bro, you got the Bears at 6, Pittsburgh at 5, Denver at 3. What was y'all last week?
Then you got us at 4. I believe it was 4 last week.
Oh, my correction. Y'all still at 4.
Okay.
Denver's at 4.
Okay.
Buffalo at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Philly at 2. New England at 1. What's your take on the humble 6 this week?
Man, so last week I said I needed my Broncos to show me something, and we did this week. Number 1 defense, and we came in, beat them at home. So we definitely belong on there. The bottom 2 teams do not belong on that list. I'm sorry. Pittsburgh Steelers, you won last game. It was a must-win, and it was a good win. The defense stepped up against the number 1 offense in the league. But at the end of the day, you don't belong on there right now. It's too premature. You have teams like Seattle Seahawks that are not on the list. That's travesty right there. So that list, there were some teams that are good, but I mean, there are, especially those bottom 2 teams, man, should not be on the list, especially the Bears. No, not at all.
Yeah, for me, I'm not taking the Colts off the list. I'll just move them down. So it'll be like the Colts will be like the Colts will definitely be on the list. I'll still have Detroit on the list, even though they got upset. Detroit just can't beat Minnesota. I mean, I think the last 6-7 games against Minnesota is 6 for 7 or 5 or 6, something like that. You know, that's just Detroit's kryptonite right now. You know, but the Rams are still on that list for me. Denver, of course, New England, and just because they winning, man, I'm gonna show some love to like Seattle, but in no particular order. You know, that'll be my guys right there. But you know, with this list, and we talking about Chicago so much, I'm ready to get off the NFL for a minute, man. Let's get to some NBA.
All right, man. Let's talk
to some NBA, man.
Let's talk about it, man.
We had some good games, man. Giannis with a buzzer beater, but the game I think we're going to come with you for today, we're going to talk about that Utah defeating them Boston Celtics 105-103. Jaylen Brown led all scores with 36. B. Mike, this your sport. You off the bench. You up first, man. Give me something about that game.
Off the bench with it, man. Utah on a slight losing streak after Lauri Markkanen dropped the 51 piece. So they were on a little losing streak, man. But one person that jumped out to me is Keyonte George, man. Keyonte George has been hooping. You're talking about a point guard who is facilitating, going downhill. And the thing about it is when he continues to put pressure on that defense, he's able to kick out to these big men who can actually shoot the ball. They had a little bit of injury, so they didn't have Walker Kessler this game. But at the end of the day, Filipowski, shooting threes. Old man Kevin Love, shooting threes. Lauri Markkanen, shooting threes. Like, this Utah team is not in a position to win right now, but this Utah team is finding out their identity slowly but surely. Yeah, they're catching some L's, but if you're watching the games, this season is about how do I find my identity? What do I have going forward? And right now, these big men, if you're watching, they're running the offense through the big men, man. And it's beautiful ball to see. Beautiful ball. One thing that I really liked was the last play of the game, the winning play. I've never seen this before in basketball, me personally. You had a 4 big lineup. So you had Nurkic running the pick and roll with Keyonte George. On the outside, you had Filipowski, Kevin Love, and Lauri Markkanen. That shows me right there that you have skilled bigs. Because why else would you have 4 bigs and 3 sitting there for spot-up shots? Utah has some good bigs. Now, on the flip side, when I'm looking at Boston Celtics, you cannot shoot that many threes, man, and not hit. 21% from 3 is terrible. I know, Joe Mazzulla, like, your team is crippled. You don't have Kristaps Porzingis. You don't have Al Horford no more. No Jason Tatum. No Drew Holiday. And the championship identity is gone. No more. But you got to do something else, man, because this is not going to work. You can't just shoot threes the entire game. Jaylen Brown had a good game. Nobody could really stop him defensively. When it was on one-on-one, Keyonte George was getting cooked. Taylor Hendricks was getting cooked. Pritchard, though, one thing I'm going to say about Pritchard is he's developed this shot this year in the games that I watched for Boston. It's just like this spin around midi from the paint. And in the paint this year, he has the highest percentage in the NBA. It's just this pretty spin around little fade jumper right from the paint area, restricted area. He's doing pretty good, man. So, I mean, this game was a good game. 2 teams who aren't really contending this year, but just from an X and O's point of view, man, it was an entertaining game.
Yeah. I do think Boston Utah could be a play-in team, in a tournament this year. But what I got to say about Utah versus Boston, man, you hit on some of the points I actually wanted to speak on. So, I ain't got too much more to add to what you just said. But far as Joe, I just think this roster right here, man, is going to get him fired. I mean, you kind of thought like the offseason moves Boston made with the players you just named that's no longer there, Drew Holiday, Porzingis, Al Horford. You thought they was going to tank for this season. And their reason was, quote, financial reasons why they had to make these trades. But the one thing I felt Boston should have done in the offseason, right? Boston was one of the teams that worked out this kid out of Texas A&M Commerce, DeMarcus Demonia. DeMarcus Demonia went undrafted in 2023. So you look at Jason Tatum right now, who's clearly out and who's clearly going to be missed for 1, maybe 2 years. Jason Tatum is 27 years old, 6'8", 210 pounds. Career numbers, 27.7 balls, 4 assists. Field goal percentage, slightly under 50% at 46. 3-point percentage is 37%. DeMarcus Demonia is overseas. He's also 27, 6'7", putting up the same numbers. Same numbers. I'm not saying Demonia would have came into the league and dominated, but if you wanted somebody to consistently be with Jaylen Brown while JT's out, bro, that's your man right there. You know what I mean? Boston was one of the teams that was high on him. They brought him in for the summer league. I didn't see him play any summer league games. You know, I was kind of wondering what happened over there with that, but Boston should have pulled that trigger and got that man right there. Like, that's your answer. You bringing in somebody similar to Jason Tatum who's going to produce consistently. So I think that's the move that really killed them. My opinion, I follow ballers, you know what I'm saying, guys that don't make it into the league, I still follow them and keep up with them. But that's all I got on that. But moving forward to Got Smoke, man, I love this segment. When we talk about a player, a team, a coach who had a bad day at the office, got embarrassed, looking to bounce back, but before they bounce back, we want to put them on blast for stinking the joint up. So, Got Smoke. Who got smoke for you, B. Mike?
Man, for me, it's the Commanders. Washington Commanders as a whole franchise, man. I don't even have – this is just from the heart, man, right now. I feel bad for Commanders fans. This is just injury after injury after injury after injury. This season was supposed to be a season to where, you're riding the momentum of last year. But it's like every single game, it's just this decline. Your star quarterback, your franchise quarterback has been on the injury report every single week, except for week 1. Every single week, whether it was the knee, whether it was the right wrist, every week is something. Laramie Tunzel, injured. Sam Cosmi, injured. Terry, injured. Debo, injured. I don't know what it is. I know some people are saying it's the curse. I don't know what it is, man, but every single game, someone is injured, man. This season's a disappointment for them, man. So, yeah, cooked.
Yeah, for me, and for time's sake, I'm checking out our time right now. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, man. For me, who got smoked? Oh, breaking news, man. Sauce Gardner to the Colts for 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's big.
Major.
That's big. So we're going to touch back on that. But for me, who got smoked is my beloved Green Bay Packers. What's funny to me is last year, okay, Green Bay Packers went 0-6 versus the NFC top 3 teams. We went 0-6. We got swept by the Eagles, the Vikings, the Lions. Swept 0-6. So last year we couldn't beat the good teams. So we got dogged for that. We can't beat the good teams. What did Green Bay do to get the respect that Kansas City get, that the Eagles get? 2 Super Bowl contenders. Because now we're frauds. What do we do not to be frauds? I mean, what have this team accomplished not to be frauds? We haven't done nothing, but we frauds. But what we have done is went 3-0 against the 3 playoff teams we played. Yeah, we underperformed against teams that's beneath us. We should have beat them. But those two games came down to a walk-off field goal. Michael Parsons said one thing when he came to Green Bay: give me 20 points, we win it. And in those 2 games we lost, upsets, we didn't give them 20 points. But I think what's holding Green Bay back is Matt LaFleur. The play calling is terrible. He just want to run the ball, bro. And he won't take what the defense giving him. And not taking what the defense giving you, you're running the ball so much that our tight end is gone. Because we trying to establish a run, and we're struggling with the run this year. Take what the defense have given you, bro. Let's get some points on the board. Let's put the game away. These games are way too close. Play calling is terrible. We done lost our best tight end. I mean, you telling me Joe Flacco right now is better than Jordan Love? No, he's not. Cincinnati line is terrible. I know the weapons he got at wide receiver. But you telling me they could trust Joe Flacco, who ain't got a line, who's like 85 years old, and he's putting up career numbers, and we can't trust Jordan Love. We trying to run the ball. I know we got Josh Jacobs, but the run game is not there. And now I really understand the look Jordan Love had when he came off the field versus Arizona, and Matt LaFleur said, yeah, we was going for the field goal, but when I looked into my quarterback's eyes and I was like, okay, we're going for it. No, bro. Jordan Love looked like that because your play calling is trash, man. And you're the reason we in these tough games that should be blowouts. And Matt LaFleur going to have to cough that up, man, or do something. But right now, I think what's killing Green Bay is the play calling from Matt LaFleur because the offense looks terrible. The defense is keeping us in these games. So we got some things to do. But I guarantee you, all the people that's calling us frauds, Green Bay is going to beat Philadelphia by double digits. Guarantee it. Mark it down. All right, man. Time's sake, let's move on ahead, man, to Sunday Night Football. Let's get a recap of these Chiefs-Bills. Patty Mahomes, career low far as completion percentage, man. Wow. Mm-hmm. Josh Allen, career high. So you got Patty Mahomes, 250 yards, 1 interception, no TDs. Josh Allen, 273 yards, 1 TD, no picks. Both quarterbacks got sacked 3 times. James Cook, 11 carries, 49 yards. I'm sorry, that's Kareem Hunt's numbers. Kareem Hunt had 11 carries for 49 yards. James Cook had 27 carries, 114 yards. Rashee Rice led them in receiving for Kansas City, 4 targets, 80 yards. And for Buffalo, it was Kincaid with 6 targets, 101 yards, 1 TD. Kansas City, as a team, had 305 total yards, 226 in the air, 76 on the ground. Bills had 404 yards, 263 in the air, 143 on the ground. B. Mike, give me something on this game.
All right, man. One thing about this game is this, that the Kansas City Chiefs are not the same Chiefs from years ago. Absolutely not. Like, we have to be real about this. Everybody still wants them, the Chiefs this, the Chiefs that. They're not the same team anymore. At all. The weapons are not the same. Travis Kelce still on the team, but he's not the same player that he used to be. This team is not the same, man, and we have to start realizing they're 5-4? They're not the same team, man. The record speaks for itself. On the Buffalo Bills side, I needed that win. Congratulations to my Broncos at 7-2. Had to plug that in there, by the way. And we are number 1 in our division right now, sitting pretty. But the Buffalo Bills, I'm glad you guys won at home. However, Pat Mahomes is 4-0 against them in the playoffs. So, yes, this win was huge for them, but I need to see Josh Allen do it in a playoff atmosphere.
So, piggybacking off of that, just a tad bit. Great game. This game didn't prove nothing to me because Buffalo, regular season 5-0, last 5 games versus Kansas City. As you talked about real quick, Buffalo can't beat Kansas City in the playoffs. This game proved absolutely nothing to me by Kansas City losing. Josh Allen haven't even won a game on the playoffs. Haven't won a playoff road game. So, for me, this was nothing. But one thing I will say, Buffalo cannot beat, like you said, Kansas City in the playoffs. Buffalo had a great game against Kansas City. The game was worse than what the score indicated. So, after you beat Kansas City and hold Patrick Mahomes to a career low in completion percentage, you go and give a telltale. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, one of the motions on 3rd down from film study we saw versus the Chargers, where he split out there pretty quick, being able to potentially go throw the ball. That's just to chase the motions, being able to anticipate the ball might go there. Don't understand that, but that's what he said. Yeah. But I guess what he was saying is, on 3rd down, when Patrick Mahomes does this little sprint out play, we already know he's just looking for somebody sitting in the open space in the zone.
Yeah.
Depending on defense from film study.
Yeah.
Then you got Maxwell talking about Xavier Worthy, the difference in his posture when he's getting the ball versus when he's not getting the ball. Like, y'all spilling all your secrets. You don't think these boys gonna clean that up and blow y'all out again?
Yep.
So they'll never get over the hump. They have a good game and they tell the secrets. What I would say is this. Kansas City got to play Denver twice. They got to play the Colts. They got Dallas on a short week on Thanksgiving, and that's a primetime game. Who knows what Cowboy team will show up. So Jacksonville owns a tiebreaker over Kansas City.
Right.
10-7 not getting you in the playoffs. So the best way for Buffalo to win the Super Bowl is if Kansas City misses playoffs. And there's a good chance you can, because the AFC, the teams that used to be at the bottom is at the top. These boys playing some football over there. So we'll see the outcome. These next 3 to 4 weeks for Kansas City is huge.
Yeah.
So winding down, Thursday night football, your Denver Broncos versus the Raiders. Give me your pick. Who's winning and why?
Oh, man, you already know I'm picking the Broncos, man. Come on, man. We ain't even got to go down this road, bruh. Look, man, first of all, we undefeated in our throwbacks. The throwbacks looking pretty. So we already sitting there, you know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about them. Last year, we was in our throwbacks. Pat Surtain, pick 6 versus the Raiders, sealed the game. We don't have Pat Surtain this year, but at the end of the day, the Raiders are trash, man. I'm not worried about this game at all. Nothing on the Raiders jumps out to me and say that that's going to be a factor in them winning the game. We have the better coach. We have the better run game. We have the better quarterback. We have the better receivers, because they just traded Jacoby Myers as well today. So what are we talking about? Next.
So you have not picked the winner for Thursday night all year.
Oh, this is different. This got to be
And it's
different.
coming down to your own Broncos to break your losing streak.
Man.
I don't pick who you pick. That's why I'm on a winning streak. But today I'm going to side with you, man. I can't pick the Raiders, bro. My pick is Denver also, man. So there you have it. We both going with Denver for Thursday night. It was a good show today. Appreciate everybody tuning in, checking us out. We're going to give you some breaking news because the NFL trade line deadline is today. So we may be just jumping on here, giving you some quick updates, some breaking news, and keeping you up to date with what's going on around the league. But till then, man, String Cheese beat Mike off the bench. We out.